Hey guys, in today's video I'm going to share with you guys the fall wreath that I put together the other day for our front door. I got everything at Walmart and I think it totaled to be about $35 or so. So let's get on into all of the products. I got I think this is the 18-inch Grapevine wreath and it retails for about $11. I got a bag of Harvest pumpkins, a bag of Harvest bowl filler, which has the glittery pumpkins that you guys will see later on, and 2 bundles of the Rust Mums and 2 bundles of the cream sunflowers. I did end up going back to Walmart and getting some yellow sunflowers because on my initial trip I couldn't find any good looking yellow flowers at Walmart, which is why I got the cream ones. The cream sunflowers looked beautiful, by the way. I started off by removing all of the flowers off of the stems, same thing with the leaves. And we're going to be hot gluing everything together. So I'm pretty sure I showed the hot glue gun, and then I used some glue sticks for this project. That's pretty much it. Initially, the goal was to only do half of the wreath and then a bow at the top. And I changed my mind because as I was trying to do bows, I remembered how much I hated doing bows when I worked at a craft store. I loved decorating wreaths. I loved decorating trees, but making bows was the bane of my existence. So initially you're gonna see that I'm only filling about a little bit more than half of the wreath, but towards the end I fill it all up because I completely changed my mind. I was just done with the bows basically. So I started off by laying out all of the flowers without hot gluing them just yet, just because I wanted to get just kind of see how I wanted the flowers to flow. I did though know that I wanted the cream sunflowers to be as an accent because they are the larger flower. They are a cream color. They stand out quite a bit. So I knew that I wanted to space those out. And I'm using the mums as well as some pine cones that came in the bag of Harvest, and some pumpkins and some leaves to help space the cream sunflowers out. I just wanted to make sure that no 2 flowers next to each other were the same color. I wanted it to be varying colors throughout the wreath so that it flowed a little bit better. If I made a mistake and I put down a flower and I changed my mind of the placement, even if the glue was dry, I just cut it off or pulled it off if I could do it without damaging the wreath. So don't worry about it if you make a mistake or if you change your mind about your placement. Nothing is set in stone. So I did that quite a few times and just moved my flowers around to where I felt it flowed better. Here you're seeing that the top is still pretty bare. This part here, this is another day that I'm working on this wreath, and this is where I changed my mind as far as doing the bow. So I started filling up the top section, and which is why I required the additional bundle of the cream sunflowers and the additional bundle of the Rust Mums. If you're doing a bow and you want to do maybe half of the wreath, you can do with just 1 bundle. That was more than enough and it looked pretty full for me. I did start off pretty early on adding in some leaves, but quite frankly I would have left that towards the end because that I used it more as a filler where I felt like it needed a little bit more bulk, or also to hide mistakes. I grabbed a pumpkin from a really old wreath because I had run out of the smaller pumpkins. I cut it in half and then glued it on to certain areas where I felt like it didn't round out perfectly with the rest of it. So same thing with the mums. I cut them in half. I cut little individual petals and just kind of glued them in certain areas where I felt like I needed a little bit more, and I removed some pumpkins off and moved them from places. Again, you know, if you make a mistake or if you put something down, you can always remove it and just move it around. Here's where I'm adding in the little gold, or not gold, but glitter pumpkins, and you can see that I removed that larger pumpkin there to kind of hide wherever the additional glue was, or to hide anything that didn't look pretty. I used leaves to fix that, and then I glued on the glitter pumpkin there. And I wanted to spread out the little glitter pumpkins. I thought they were really pretty and just added a really nice touch. And then the pumpkin that I cut off, because I removed a lot of the paint from it, I just covered it up with another leaf. And I used the leaves from the mums the rust mums, and I also used the leaves from the sunflower. So I also made sure every once in a while to lift my wreath up just to take a look at it a little bit better, maybe step back a little bit to see if I needed to add a little bit more flowers in certain areas. Maybe it looked too bulky in one area and a little bit bare in another one. So stepping back gives you a more clear view of what your wreath is looking like. So this is a finished wreath, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had so much fun putting this together. I am going to be working on my Christmas wreath as well. I already have a Christmas wreath, but it's very old and I need to spruce it up. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.